Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So where we are looking at basic of Excel for people who have never used Excel in their life before. In the last video, we looked at some of the features of Excel subtraction. So today we'll start with these other features. Yeah. So the first one, what we are going to talk about is SUMIF, COUNTIF, and some product. Yeah. So let's start with SUMIF. Yeah. So right now, you remember, I told you about sum is basically addition. So adding all of this, yeah, sum. Yeah, you do equal to sum to the whole range you select. So now, what a SUMIF is? So you can give a condition while you're adding something. Yeah. Sum is basically like this. Yeah. Sum and you add the whole thing. Yeah. That will give you the total. So now let's say I just want to find the sum only for staff. What is the 2017 visit for staff? How would you do it? So that's where you use SUMIF is equal to sum if. So what you will give is the range. So this range, yeah. What range you want to give the condition from, yeah. So this whole range, this particular symbol, you can use comma. The criteria is staff. So basically I can give it as staff for staff. And what is the sum range? This one. And that's because I'm using comma. I give this whole range, yeah. If I close the bracket and if I do the sum, 6,600. So let's manually do that. So you can look at it staff, and stuff. So you can see the sum here also. Yeah, sum is 6,600. So you use this instead of doing this way. A simple formula can do the sum. Similarly, if you want to do a COUNTIF, right? You want to count only the number of staff, where the 2017 visit is. Use the formula is equal to count of f, give the range, this whole range, and the criteria is staff. So 6, yeah. There are 6 staffs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah. That's our COUNTIF. That's what is COUNTIF. Yeah. And the next one is some product. So some product is basically if you want to multiply 2 of them and add the product. Yeah. So you can do it this way, like of array 1, this one, and array. You get total value of this one. So what is it doing basically is this is multiplying this by this and taking the sum. So this one is same as, so let's say I multiply by this. And I do the same thing for the whole one. And if I take the sum of this value, would be this value. Sum of this whole range. It's matching. Instead of doing 2 steps in one single simple formula, you can get the sum product. Okay, so you're multiplying and getting the output and adding that. That is what is called sum product. I hope it makes sense to you. Yeah? Okay, so the next one is data validation. Yeah. So this is a interesting feature. Let's say, you have another. You want to create another table. So where instead of go and typing in staff, right? Okay, here. So right now you want to add more data. So you have to type in a staff or non-staff. Instead of you can take the unique of customer category. So the way you do unique is you go here and select and data and remove duplicates. So that would give you the unique. These are the only 2 type of customer category. So now instead of doing typing manually, so what I'll do is I'll go to data validation. What is happening? And I want to select this as a list and select this and select this range. So now I can, instead of typing it in, I can just select staff. So when I do this copy pasting, it applies to all of them. You can select as non-staff or staff, however you want. This is one type of data validation. Yeah. So another one, probably, let's say, okay, here you're giving only numbers. Yeah. And if you want to do a data validation saying this, only you people can fill up only numbers. You can select the cell. In the same way, you can go to data validation. So right now it is as any value. You can put any value here. Let's say I want to restrict to whole number. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not giving a range. Yeah. You can even give let's say 1 to only 1,000, 1 to only 10,000. Yeah. So now if I go here and enter 0.1, it won't take here because it's not matching the data validation. So that's how you do good governance of what data can be included. That's where the data validation is used for. Hope you understood that. The next one is easy, so alignment. So basically right now, let's say this is all left aligned. Okay, you can see here, these are the alignments. So it's all left aligned. Let's say I want to align everything middle. Yeah. So select this whole data, a part of data, and just say middle. So everything became middle. If you want right, this right. This left, middle. So this is middle in the row. Mid, yeah. So this is on the top, this is on the bottom. So you won't see this much here, right? Because if I make it like this, yeah. So right now it is on the bottom. If I click this, it will go to the center. If I click this, it will go to the top. I hope that, yeah. And that is what is called as alignment. Yeah. So just for simplicity, I like it as left and middle. Yeah. That's how I like to do it. Yeah. So that is alignment. The next one is round up, or the rounding kind of thing. Yeah. Rounding and round down and M round. So what does that mean? So here, go to the data. So round up is like, just rounding the decimal into a whole number, or like, the nearest decimal. That is what rounding is more like. So now let's look at some examples. So say first one, okay, you want to round a particular value. Let's say 105.678. Yeah. I say is equal to, it's a function, yeah, round off, it's a formula. Yeah. So this one, number of digits I want to round. Let's say I say 2, it will round to the closest, like 1, round to 1, right? So now if I say it as 0, it will round as no decimal. So if I say it as -1, let's see what it does. Yeah, so you can do that also. So it is taking, so -1, what it does is, it rounds this whole number into the closest multiple of 10. So this is slightly greater than 105. So the closest is 110. So now if I, instead of 105, if I put 104, it will be 100. See? So the closest multiple of 10 is 100. So that's what, the -1 does. If you give -2, it will always map to the closest 100 value. So now instead of saying this one, 1044, it will be 1000, yeah. Hundreds. I hope you understood that, yeah. So that is what is, round. And if you want to round up, is basically, let's take the same example. Let's say I do a round up of this number of digits, say 2, yeah. So it would do the same thing, yeah, 0.68, similar to that, yeah. So if I round the whole thing, it is pretty much like the rounding function, okay. Not much of a difference, yeah. I would say round up is same as round, yeah. You can use one of that. So if you round down, so round up instead of round up, if you do round down, so it is rounded down to let's say 1, yeah. Yeah. So 1044.6. So that is the round down of 1. So instead of round up means, okay, it will take it as 100, it will be 7, yeah. See, by 1 digit, it is taking the higher number. If you round down, okay, it round downs, to 6. Because this is 7, okay, so mathematically 1 has to be added here. So that's what, round up does, okay. So, but round down is, it doesn't take that, logic of, if the next digit is greater than 5, you don't increase the previous digit by 1. Doesn't do that. So when you round down, okay, it stays as it is. That's what is round down. I hope that is clear, yeah. So now the next one is M round, yeah. So this is another interesting function, okay. So what M round basically does, just a second, yeah, okay. What M round does is, so basically you can round it to the closest, 0.5, like that, yeah. So if you say M round of this, and I say this, and I say 0.05, so it rounds to the closest 0.05. If I say 0.1 instead of this, yeah, still taking this same. So I mean, probably we'll take another example just to show, yeah. So if I take it as the M round is generally used for like, the minutes and second. Yeah. Let's say 1 minute, 16 second is what I have. So right now, if you want to, M round of this one, comma, 05, sorry, E15. Okay. I hope you understood, okay, what is rounding. Now let's go to the next one. Okay. So it is called left, right, and trim. So what is left, right, and trim? Let's say you want to get the first digit of this, any of the data point. Yeah. Let's say I should left of this particular cell, this one, okay, using this delimiter, okay, and I say I want to get the first from the left. It will give output as O, that is left. If I say 4, it'll give the first four character, that is only. So if I do the same thing, it will count from the right. That is right, yeah. Right from the right, okay, it will give the 4 characters. It's more like a substring, yeah. So now, trim is basically if you want to trim any of the data that has text, blanks. That's where you use it for trim. Yeah. So for example, this online, let's say I give this many character. Yeah. Right now, if you see there are a lot of blanks which is hidden to you, but if you trim it, okay, all those character would have gone. I paste special again. So that character is gone. That's why you use trim for. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Today we'll stop it till here. Probably in the next session, okay, I will take you through some of the other features. Yeah. Thanks a lot for listening, guys. Okay, I'll see you with another video soon.